or do you want me to ask you questions? Which would you prefer?
I mean, we can just riff. Like I'll talk, and then you can ask me a question. It doesn't really matter. Basically, the reason why we're bringing Nick into this is because, first of all, he's known since 2019, and second of all, I never personally attacked him, and then he went on his Telegram going full on crazy mode, and he was saying like that I wasn't like predator. I wasn't a victim, and then the other 15-year-old that he was trying to get, or he actually did get dick pics from, I believe. Um, that he wasn't a victim and he was actually gay. The kid, he's talking about the kid, not Ali. So he victim blames, calls the kids gay that he tried to prey on, and then continues to defend Ali, which doesn't make any sense to me if he really, really did
No, Nick is
disavow the
not
situation.
defending Ali.
Yeah, well,
Let's take it one thing at a time
Yeah,
now.
let's try to stay on
no,
No,
topic here.
let's pause for a second. Let's pause
he's
before you start
literally
throwing random
defend.
accusations. I know
There's
this
Okay,
no
is
hey
random
Lance.
guys,
accusations here.
Okay, listen, I'm running the room and you're going to raise your hands and you're going to be called on. And if you start interrupting, I'm going to knock your ass off the stage and not think twice about it. Lance, continue.
Thank you. Let me read off a little bit of what he said so I can at least tell you here.
So Lance, before we get into that,
Yeah.
can you tell us like how you met Ali and like what that interaction happened? You were high school, right? You were in high school.
Yes, I was going into my
Can we lay
senior
that
year.
out for people aren't aware?
Yeah, I was going into my senior year. It was summer, so I wasn't really in school at that point, but I was still in high school, you could say. I was 17 years old in 2019, and I was just getting into politics, doing a bit of TikTok, doing some videos on Instagram, and then I forgot exactly how. It's been 3 years, but somehow Ali got in communication with me, and we started talking on Instagram DMs for a while. And there's another screenshot floating around there where he invited me to his house. He's like, you ever want to come up to Fort Worth sometime? Blah blah blah. He's used a lot of that kind of language with me, like inviting me up there. Um, and he would ask me very homosexual questions, like, "Do you think I look good? Like, am I good looking?" And I say, "Well, I'm not gay, Ali." And he goes, "Well, actually, are you Ali sexual? I think you are Ali sexual. You like me." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So I kind of ignore it. And my friend Jaden at the time was telling me rumors like, "Hey, this guy is kind of weird with young men. Just watch out for it." And me and Jaden were Snapchatting about it, and then Jaden had the idea like, if he continues to do this, um, then play along a little bit and see what he does. Just see if the rumors are true. So I stayed up, plugged in my phone, sat on Snapchat for hours with Ali. All right, just texting back and forth shit, and this was the night of the influencer White House summit thing in 2019, the summer of 2019. It was in July, and it was 3 a.m. of that night. So technically, it was the next day, but that's all semantics. Switch, whatever. So he was up. He was clearly, probably, I don't know. Well, he claims that his friend took his phone the next day and sent those messages, and his friend was a little drunk last night and took his phone and sent me those nasty messages, which obviously isn't true. Blaming it on your friend, that's kind of fucked up. But he had sent me a bunch of weird messages, and he's like, "You should come over to Fort Worth with me, like, entertain me," that kind of stuff, which is totally gross. And he's like, "Oh, if you do me some favor," and this at this time, Milo and Alex Jones and a bunch of other people had just gotten banned on Instagram, I believe, that summer. And I was a big fan of Milo, a big fan of all these big people back then, because I was like a wrecked feminist guy uh, back in the day. And I was like, dude, I love Milo. He's super funny on stage and stuff. And he's like, well, I can get you a FaceTime with Milo and other things, if we have some fun at my house and that kind of stuff. And then at that point, I knew that the rumors were true. And I was like, really? I don't know. I'm not gay. Like, that's just weird. So it just kept going on. And then at some point, he asked me for a dick pic, but he used the eggplant emoji. But I wanted it to be like hit home. When I take that screenshot, I want everyone to see he meant dick and nothing else. So I asked him, "What is that? Huh? what does that mean? And then he said dick, and then it confirmed exactly what he wanted. All right, so I took that screenshot. And then right above that, I said, anything for fame, man. I was playing along to see if he'd actually do it, to see if the rumors were true. Jaden McNeil can attest to this. He was there or he wasn't physically there that night with me, but he was snapping. We were snapping back and forth. We were talking that night. And the rumors, everyone keeps calling me gay, especially, I don't know why. Groypers keep calling me gay because I did this Ali was doing this to me, and I was trying to figure it out. But it's super weird how they're defending Ali, but then they're calling me homosexual and victim blaming me technically. And I wouldn't even call myself a victim because I was never seriously harmed, but I was basically an exposer. And as soon as I took those screenshots, the reason why I didn't come out with it is because if you go up to the jumbotron and then scroll one over, Ali posts messages like this all the time on social media. If you F with me, I'm going to sue you, your family, you're never going to be blah, blah, blah. All these like very, very like gross videos online. And he posted one type video like that on Twitter the morning after it happened. And he since deleted it, I believe. I tried to find it. I can't. And then I believe he also posted it on Telegram. And he was in the hotel lobby or something of his hotel in D.C. During that day. But he had said something like, he said, obviously he blamed it on his friend. And he said, there's also some weird screenshots out there, in the darkness, and people are faking stuff. So if any of these fakers come forward, I will legally press charges and this kind of stuff. So 17-year-old me is like, holy shit, I don't want to get in trouble with my parents with a lawsuit or something, and I'm only 17. I don't have any money. How the hell? I mean, what am I going to do? So I kind of just, went in a couple circles and talked to a bunch of people about it. And I told a lot of people that I knew in different political circles about this, right? And that included Jaden, and Jaden had talked to Nick about it, and Nick had knew in 2019, within a month of it happening at least. And I had played video games with Nick multiple times. Not saying I agree with everything that Nick says, but I have played video games with Nick, all right? Whoa, shoot me with a gun. I don't care. I don't know. Just cancel me. I don't care. But I did play video games with him. I played Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, and I had told him, and he said he had heard rumors about this kind of stuff. And Jaden told me when he first met him, Ali or Nick was in group chats saying that he wanted to expose Ali for being a creep. And then now he's defending Ali to the absolute lengths on Telegram, literally victim blaming tons of people. And he's saying that, and Nick is also saying that he's the real victim in the situation when he's the one who's attacking the people who Ali actually tried to prey on, like Smiley. And then there's a lot more I can guarantee you. But the reason why I came out now with this is because Milo actually helped me. He encouraged me, and I also talked to a few other people like Current Revolt and people that helped me get up the strength to do it, because I didn't know exactly what to say or do, because I didn't know if he would legally try to get me. But then I learned a lot of stuff about the justice system, so I think I'm good with that kind of stuff. I just the worst part of it is I'm getting attacked from all angles here on all my social medias. From Groypers. And I also have had tweets tweeted at me saying that I should have gotten raped by Ali at 17 years old. And then Nick Fuentes on his Telegram said that I'm the real victim here. And then I believe he said something like, and I didn't even get to rape anybody or something like that. It's just so disgusting and gross what's going on. And I think everybody should completely disavow Ali. He should be out of politics. And quite honestly, Nick Fuentes needs to learn. You don't protect people like this. All right, you just don't do it. It's gross.
So Lance, I want to tell you, man, what you're doing, and by being out front about this is important, because it's important to stop giving access to these people, to the younger people, right? So for whatever shit you have to take in the short term, right? Sleep well knowing that there are future high school age boys who probably won't have to deal with fucking sicko Ollie doing shit, right? As a result of you and the other people who've come forward. I appreciate you laying it out. Really, like it's important to do. All right, I do not want.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna let the two guys that chimed in. I'm gonna get to you guys.
Could I ask Lance a question really quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Millie.
Sure.
So I guess like I have a question. Do you know like for sure that Ali did know that you were in high school or that you were 17 at the time of the?
I mean, at the time I was posting videos of me walking around my high school, asking people about Trump and the wall and abortion. So I mean, in my videos and stuff, it's like going around my high school asking people about Trump. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I just wanted to confirm that he knew that you were a high school student, that you were young. Very interesting. Well, I just want to say thank you for coming forward, because like Dustin was saying, it's important to kind of call these people out so that they don't continue to victimize other people. The other question is I think I heard you somewhat allude to this, but was there ever any like direct promises to get on big media outlets, like to be a guest on anyone's show, to get any type of job or some kind of access?
He was very vague about that kind of stuff, but he was more like, you stick with me and favors will come your way, and it's going to be a great time. Just like a bunch of other victims have came out and said this as well. And he's just, I don't know why he does this. I guess he just likes to prey on people like this. But, I didn't take any crap and I didn't send him anything. But I really, really feel bad for the ones that do, because I've heard in the past, allegedly, that Ali likes to blackmail people. And if he gets a dick pic from some kid that doesn't know any better, that Ali could end up allegedly could blackmail kids, okay, in the future, with these kind of things, right? So, like, I mean, these things could ruin lives. Like entire lives.
Classic like casting couch type behavior. Like, oh, I have access, right? And that's the thing, is there's a lot of young kids that are fans. Like, wow, he's running around with Alex Jones. He's got pictures with Trump. He's running around with Roger Stone and all these people with big names. So like there's that. And then young people are very much looking up to these people that he's surrounding with, like, as idols or as people that they really admire. And then, it's that classic thing. And I've seen it a couple different times in the conservative circles where you have these people and they somehow want to act like gatekeepers to access to that. And then, you have them doing casting couch type situations. And that's just really unfortunate.
Yeah. And if anybody is not aware, right, just do a search for sextortion, right? So this is a whole, like, the FBI has a whole like separate category for this, of people who get nudes and then use that to further bully like ongoing behavior. It's really twisted and like sick level stuff. And anybody who's watched all these videos over the years, right, knows that he openly brags about being somebody who like does the like black arts against people, and he'll sue them and he'll get them tied up. Like it was. His whole persona was kind of based around being somebody that would intimidate and extort and do whatever he had to do to get the quote unquote job done. Go ahead, Jen.
Sorry. Oh, I just want to say I have a zero tolerance policy for going after Lance on this stage. So don't think you're going to come up here and start talking shit on Ollie's behalf to him, because I'm not putting up with his shit and I'm not putting up with your shit either.
With that said, though, right, like I think it's fair to get everybody in the discussion, right? Like this is, I want, so let's go to Chief. Go ahead, you go first, Chief.
Yeah. So
wait, Chief, before you start something, Lance, I just wanted to tell you thank you for coming forward. People get victimized. They use things that happen against them. I know you weren't a victim. You said you understood what was going on and you had heads up, and I'm glad someone gave you the heads up. But like Millie said, this casting couch thing sometimes isn't just sex. They just blackmail you. And, and so I'm very happy that you didn't fall into that loop. And I'm very proud of you for like coming out and saying it, because people don't even like to come out and say these things, and I just wanted to tell you thank you. Sorry, Chief, go ahead. I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
just to get the timeline right, because there are questions about that. Did you continue talking to Ali in 2021 or not?
So the only let me explain this. So after
Wait.
that whole situation,
Wait. I just want to say, does it fucking matter? Like, if Ali asked him for a dick pic when he was in fucking high school, when he's in his early 30s, does it fucking matter whether like they continued talking?
I'm trying to get a timeline through.
Yes, yeah, we're trying to establish facts.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a timeline through
I'll
the
answer.
start to the end of this. And I don't know the time period between 2017 and 2021, and then the pre-Ye. So there's a lot of unknown questions that haven't really been focused on. There's not really a clear timeline, just a lot of blanks in time. So I'm trying to fill in all the time and get an accurate account from start to finish. So where are you communicating? You said you blocked Ali in 2017, correct? 2019. And you said that you told Jaden about what happened.
Dustin, earlier said, does it matter whether he was in high school or not? I think from like a morality standpoint, it doesn't matter that much, right? Like, obviously it matters when you're dealing with anyone under 18 because they're minors at that point.
We
agree
it matters. We're trying to get some charges actually charged.
Yeah.
We agree it matters. So
that's what I
let
was
us
going to
establish
get
the
at.
facts.
The reason it matters is because in certain states you can be criminally charged for doing that to a 17-year-old.
It matters.
Almost every state, with a 15-year-old, you will be criminally charged. So the reason why I was asking is because I want to kind of pinpoint down if that needs to be referred off to law enforcement.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that, right? Like, nobody here, and speak up if otherwise, so we could kick you out, because no one's going to defend pedophilia or pederasty, whatever the technical fucking term for it is, right? But like, I think we can all agree. Like, all right, so Chief, go ahead, but I'll just say this, like, kind of seeing where the line of questioning is going, whether or not Lance had future communication, I don't frankly think matters that much in regards to Ali. And frankly, I really don't care about the Nick Fuentes stuff that much. Like, I just really don't. But I'll let you continue.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I haven't talked or mentioned his name yet. I'm trying to get a timeline through, because if you look at it, so you said, the screenshot happened in what year again? 2019, you said?
Yes.
Okay, and you told Jaden about this, correct?
I mean, me and Jaden were playing like video games together, and then I mentioned Ali, and then he kept, he told me everything about him. So, and then that night, Jaden just said, screenshot anything, if anything happens. And he basically was like, just let's try to get this guy. And I didn't expect Ali the next day to like say all those other things I had already previously said.
Right. So you told Jaden over a game that this was happening, and he messaged you via text, or you say in the game just to go and screenshot everything?
No, he was. We were on Snapchat before. I decided to plug in my phone. I was on my phone that night, and then I was talking to Jaden. And then I didn't really call him or anything. I just plugged in my phone, started doing the Snapchat with Ali, and I never left the thing. That's the thing. I never left the Snapchat thing. So if you know how Snapchat works, if you click out, all the snaps disappear if you don't save them, right? Everyone know that, I believe. So I stayed inside the app, inside of the DM or whatever Snap thing with Ali, so I could see everything. Just in case if he says anything weird. And I didn't screenshot, because if you screenshot, it alerts Ali, okay? Instantly alerts Ali that he's been caught, right? So this, I actually didn't mention this before. He, as soon as I screenshot him, he had been caught. I mean, he knew it instantly. He started yelling and screaming, like basically all caps and this kind of stuff, a bunch of nonsense. And then he's like, I don't even care about you. I have like 99 other boys I'm doing this to. All right. He said this in the Snapchat, and I'm like shocked, right? So I did have all the freaking screenshots somewhere. I just have to, I mean, I've been trying to find them, and then I even asked for Snapchat records. But since I didn't click the save button on the snaps at the time, they don't record them, I guess. But if anything legally were to happen, they could get those things right out of Snapchat instantly. But I guess they don't allow it unless certain circumstances happen.
So I also think it's worth pointing out that he's basically admitted to the kind of behavior that Lance is talking about, right? Like in his apology, he said, for inappropriate things I sent over messages, right? So like, I just want to point that out. Go ahead, Chief.
Right. And no,
get to what.
What did I say? I didn't mean to cut you off, Dustin. What'd you say?
Oh no, I just said like get to whatever point you were trying to get at.
I'm trying to. Okay. Anyway, so
it's not a courtroom.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
Is to show if what chains of evidence and what things do we have are we missing right now? No one.
Are you a lawyer?
What?
Okay, get this, Chief. The FBI already has most of that stuff. So does the NSA. He's a CIA asset. This is how they control him. But are you a lawyer? Are you digging for Ali? Because the questions are being formulated in a way to frame questions.
I'm not defending Ali, and I'm not a lawyer.
I'm not asking. It doesn't matter if you're defending him. That's your prerogative, right? If you want to go that route, that's your prerogative. I don't care, right? The bottom line is, not everyone's going to agree. Some people are okay with pedos, some are not, right? That's the state of, I'm on the line. They should burn in hell.
No one here. I don't.
Yep. Yeah. No. Listen, right. So, Chief, like, continue with like what you're trying to get to like close the gaps or whatever, and why.
Right. I'm just trying to understand how on earth you said that you told Jaden, and then Jaden told Nick, and that's what you're saying is the link. Is that what you're saying?
No, I've also told Nick on games before when we played. He's known forever, but he's never like openly done anything or like. And then one thing, I will be talking about this on like a full video very soon. So like the whole timeline will be laid out so everyone can just scrub through it and look at it. But literally, I was. Okay, so another thing is he basically doxes where I live. He goes North Texas, Hobby Lobby. Lance worked at Hobby Lobby in North Texas, which is completely irrelevant. And then he reposts slanderous things that my ex-girlfriend has said, like Lance is gay and all this other kind of stuff, just to try to like discredit me. Which I don't understand why he would go to that length to discredit me, and by discrediting me and a bunch of other people, trying to at least and getting ahead of this, quote unquote, when I didn't even attack him first, he started coming at me. I had nothing on my Twitter or Instagram or Facebook even or YouTube that even said anything about Nick personally, me. And Nick just comes out and then discredits me, and then instantly without me saying anything. And he says that I attack him, and then Nick says, the Jews are attacking me. It's all these Jewish guys. I'm Christian. The other guy's Christian. Pretty sure most of these people are young Christian boys, right? At the time, at least. And he's just trying to discredit us by calling us Jewish and a bunch of other names that doesn't even make sense.
So I have one thing too. So when I think Milo said that he was in contact with you in 2022 pre-Yay. Is that true that Milo was talking to you about this? And why did you not go to the police that if Milo was there? And what case did Milo have at the time of this on that?
What do you mean? Why don't I go to the police?
Because Milo was saying that he said that he had a case and he's putting a case up and that he reached out to you about that. Is that true or not?
I had like a legal case.
The point was that Milo said he reached out in 2022. Is that accurate or not?
Yes, he did reach out to me in 2022 through somebody on Instagram, and then that's how I got his number. And then all these other people like Nick keep saying like, Al or Milo offered me a job with Marjorie Taylor Greene and all this other kind of stuff. No, no, I am not working for Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not getting any money from Milo. And I don't understand why you guys keep saying this stuff that's completely untrue and you can't even back it up.
No, the thing I was trying to understand was when Milo told you that he was building a case. Milo said that he was in contact with people because he was talking with Smiley already. So he was in contact with at least one other person, and he did allude to other tapes that he possibly had. I was curious as to why there was no more of a quick or expedited police action from Milo or from, I guess, you, if you were saying to come forwards, because he had a whole case going, he had 3 tapes, he had Smiley talk to him at least. So there's people already there. So I just don't understand.
Well, I'm not in the loop.
Wait. Hey, guys, listen. So Milo's not here, right? And I think we're steering away from the subject matter that I'd like to stay focused on.
And Nick isn't here either. Like, Lance is just throwing stuff at Nick. That's what we're kind of trying to talk about here. Is that it sounds like it's more like Jaden and Milo.
But here's the other thing. Like, oftentimes people who have been victimized as underage people by older, predators or groomers, it can take them years to come forward. Okay. And not every time do they go out and seek legal action or action from law enforcement, because oftentimes people that are young, high school or young people, they don't think to do those things. Okay. And they're oftentimes fearful because people like Ali have said, like I think Lance was saying earlier, that he would legally go after people. So
let's back these people. Let's back these people who have been groomed. And that's the part we're kind of getting at here. I think me and Chief can kind of do this together on this. The short of it is there's been a lot of allegations leveled, but Lance did not talk about calling Nick and asking for a job on the A campaign where his accuser, his guy, like attacking him would be. That doesn't even make any sense. And then you said, like, you have all this stuff on your YouTube and other stuff. You know what was absent on your YouTube? Was any of these allegations against Ali?
Yeah.
Like, how many years?
Why would you put that out there? When you've been put in a position where you have a guy that's throwing around names like Roger Stone that has, immortalized the first president that was taken out under his watch on his back, and that everyone supposedly bows down to, why would you say anything? They will destroy your career. I could tell you, I tried to track down a couple of the kids in 2019, and one of them said, no, dude, my dad works for the government. Ali's powerful. I can't do that. He has powerful friends. This is the impression he gives. And like I said many times before, Paul Gosar should be very afraid right now with all this shit coming out. So should Mark Fincham of Arizona, because they gave him full and unfettered access to their Twitter accounts too. So again, people are too embarrassed to speak up. Like, where's fucking Cernovich thumping him? Huh? Where are all your crypto whales? Where's Mike Saylor? Right? Where are all these guys that thumped him? They won't say anything because it's embarrassing. So don't say, hey, you didn't put evidence, Lance, because I wouldn't put it either.
No, and listen, right? I think, Edward, you had it exactly right, man, which is, supporting the people who got groomed has to be absolutely first and foremost. And it's not like Ali is even challenging, like, the pattern of grooming that Lance laid out, and that there aren't other examples, with like an admission kind of an apology, right? So I do want to try to, as best we can, right? Like, I know that there's other stuff there around Nick Fuentes. I would just like to figure out, like, if there's a way to, like, squash whatever that is, so that, right, everybody should cast out, like, if all of this stuff that has happened that we've laid out, this pattern of behavior, right? Like, why would anybody be protecting Ali at this point? And, like, anything to, like, discredit Lance because of another feud with anybody else, I think is not helpful. I think we should all try to do our best.
No one's trying to discredit Lance. We're just trying to get to the facts on this. The other part too is that Nick isn't defending Ali. Like, that's a misrepresentation of what Nick is actually saying.
He's defending Ali by proxy, by literally attacking the people and discrediting the people that Ali tried to do really freaky weird shit with. All right.
Lance,
isn't that like enough? You guys look at him and think he's some sort of deity. But there's
you don't
also
know.
one
Oh
more
no,
thing I'd
that's
like to
not
say.
okay, Edward. That's not okay. Nick is covering for him. Don't
No,
even
look, come
try
on.
to.
Don't
You know,
do
he's
that.
totally covering. But you know what? Ollie's so dumb. He walked into Mar-a-Lago, scanned all of the phones. You see how honey traps are set because he's that thirsty. So again, Nick is covering for him. We should get Jacob Wall on the record because I heard about some shit going down in 2018 in Minnesota there. That's the first red flag that I had, considering that. So, you know, you all want to cover Nick Fuentes. He's toast. He covered for him. He said so. He's big and powerful. Nick Fuentes needed him too because that was his only in to Stone. Again, the only reason people listened was because of Stone.
How
Here, I have a question. Does Nick Fuentes usually cover for homosexual groomers of young underage boys?
No, he doesn't.
No,
He
this
actually
isn't
doesn't
about
like
this isn't
homosexuals.
about Nick. This is about Ali and about the allegations that Lance and others are leveling. And you guys keep bringing up Nick. Nick's not here to defend himself. And again, the facts of the matter here are no evidence was ever presented to Nick. All right, this isn't about Nick. As Lance just brought up, Lance literally did a little op with Jaden to try to catch Ali, and then never came forward with the
You
evidence.
have firsthand knowledge, Edward, that the messages that were published between Nick and Milo are fake. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I'm saying that in the case of Lance and Ali, Lance just said that he told Jaden, not Nick. He told Jaden, and then he ran a honeypot to try to catch Ali, and then he never published the screenshots. How many kids were groomed because Lance didn't come forward, and he wasn't even groomed?
Okay, hold on a second. Nick is not in the room. Milo's not in the room. This room is about Ali. If you want to talk about Nick, if you want to talk about anybody else, go have your own space. Right now, we're just concentrating on Ali, and we're going to go to other hands.
What you're doing, Edward, is you're actually blaming Lance. You're victim blaming, right? Lance probably feels a little, embarrassed about having to come forward with this whole thing. I can imagine it being very vulnerable and feeling very just, I don't know, vulnerable, having to come forward and say that this happened to you. Okay, so try to put yourself in someone like Lance's shoes coming forward with this information. Okay. And then for you to sit here and have the nerve to try to blame him for Ali then going and harming other boys because he didn't speak out soon enough, frankly, is disgusting. We should be blaming Ali for targeting these young boys. But you guys all want to cover for Ali. You want to cover for the people that cover for Ali. I'm sick and tired of it.
Millie, I'm in tune with you here. Let's blame Ali. It's no one else. It's
Okay,
Ali.
okay. I have another.
Okay, we have a long list of speakers. I'm going to rotate the stage a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and fight over people who aren't in the room. But Dustin, go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Bryson.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I don't know about all the timeline and stuff like that, but I will say, and Lance can vouch for this, I was trying to do an expose because there's a lot of people in this conservative movement that does a lot of this gay weird stuff. And Lance can tell you this, I was literally trying to pay him to expose people, and he was sort of timid to do it. So I will say that he's probably is nervous or whatever it is, and that's not covering for every single thing that has happened with Lance. But Lance can vouch. I was trying to pay him $1,000 to expose people.
Hell yeah. No, and there is way too much of this weird shit going on with too many of these people claim to represent Christianity and other stuff. It's horseshit. All right, let's see. Dark.
Well, Bryson, get with me on the DMs because I have some information I can share with you about that.
I definitely will.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's root this shit out. Right? It's how we turn all this.
Yeah, well, it's the Groyper movement. A lot of people don't want to talk about that because they get all offended, right? But it's the Groyper movement. That Groyper movement is what did it. And
Tori. We're not talking about the Groyper movement. We're here to talk about Ali. Let's stay on topic,
Ali's
please.
Groyper.
Okay.
It is relevant, Jen. It is.
Well, let's just go to dark to light.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I just want to start off by